This is Sam Vaughan for Sam Sports Report. Today's date is Friday, 19th. The Kansas City Chiefs are only giving up 30 points. They are secret to the stats for the Chiefs. James Cook is a secret player. Everyone talks about him. He is averaging over 1,100 yards and is fourth in the NFL in that, and he has been really good. Player to watch out for. He torched the Chiefs on a few plays last time. Players to watch out for at the receiver spot. Stephon Diggs for the Chiefs, of course, Travis Kelce, Rashid Rice. Players that have dropped the ball. MVS will be a player to watch out for if he can hold on to the ball. Also, Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney and Justin Ross could all be back as they are in the practice squad. I don't think they should keep them on there or keep them. I don't think they should keep him. I don't think they should put any of those players on the field. Maybe Justin Ross on a touchdown pass. Maybe Kadarius Toney on punt returns. But Kadarius Toney has disappointed the Chiefs a lot this season. I mean a lot. And lost several games for the Chiefs this season. That's Sam Vaughan Smack. Jordan Phillips is out for the season. He made a difference in the game versus the Chiefs. Also, cornerback Russell Douglas is also injured. But is going to play. Christian Badford is questionable. Tyron Johnson should play. Safety Taylor Rapp, questionable. Linebacker Trell Whale Double says he'll play. Linebacker Traylon Bernard, questionable. Balin Spector had left the game with a knee injury. We'll see where they get with that one. Offensive line, Connor McCover, he also left the game during the Steelers game. Punter Sam Martin, list for the Chiefs as Jerry McKinnon is obviously out for this game, or questionable or out. Cam Jones got placed on IR to activate some of the Sky Moore from the IR, Kadarius Toney from the IR, and also Justin Ross. Justin Ross is listed as questionable, although he practiced this week. Remember that. Kadarius Toney is listed as questionable. L'Jarius Sneed is listed as questionable. We'll see on that. The Chiefs definitely need L'Jarius Sneed, although I expect him to play. I just do. And Derek Nottie, questionable for the game. That's the Chiefs. There's no more banged up team than the Bills right now in the playoffs. Cornerback Tyron Johnson and punter Sam Martin are speculated that cornerback Christian McCaffrey, standout linebacker, was tied off the field terminal bone injury. Most notable wide elements this season. The Bills are also players missing weekend entirely with injuries. Gabe Davis and safety Tyler Rapp and Johnson, who left the late game and apparently head injury and is said listed to be day-to-day. For specifically Bernard McDermott said they're taking it one day by day. Extras are negative. On the bright side, Douglas has confirmed he would return, handicapping the game. Make sure to monitor the Bills' injury report at the end of this week. Kick is at 6:30. Now, Cowboys keep Mike McCarthy. Questions on that. We'll get up or Stephen A. Smith to answer that question. Bill Belcheck would have been filled his role. I think he probably should have been fired. Mike McCarthy, the question is, if not him, then whom? Think Bill Belcheck would have done it? I don't know. He may have outfilled his time as a head coach. We've talked about that before. I think I probably would have hired him and hired Jim Harbaugh if I could. But then my question is, if he's not coming, then him, not then whom? I do think John Harbaugh would do well with Dak Prescott. I think he could change Dak Prescott around. He may also need to get his own quarterback. Dak Prescott didn't turn out. I would hire him if I could, but I'm not Jerry Jones. Listening to more from Get Up. We're going to talk about candidates for the Atlanta Falcons. One guy I did not mention that is probably the favorite for the Falcons is Bill Belcheck. There are certain ways to get able to be in the top 3 candidates, and I do think he'd be a good coach for the Falcons. Other jobs, I don't think he would be a good coach because the Falcons haven't been able to find a good coach for a while. John Harbaugh, Michigan head coach, who keeps getting the rumors every season. I think he's among the top offensive minds. He would be my top candidate. He won a national championship and led the 49ers to a Super Bowl a while back. He won the national championship this year. Ben Johnson, Lions offensive coordinator, who brought Jared Goff back. Bob Slowski, Texans offensive coordinator. Not everyone is going to get him. So I think the Falcon situation leads me more to Bill Belichick, as maybe he can get a good fit somewhere else. Slowski. The 3 coaches above are my main candidates. And maybe a veteran. If not, who will go to the Falcons? I discussed maybe it'll be Bill Belichick.
That was not a game, Dan, that was about the front office.
Right.
That was not a game that was about whatever it was this Cowboys team is missing. I'm not suggesting it is perfect, but it was more than equipped to go out and win that game against the Green Bay Packers, a defense that allowed 30 points to Carolina 3 weeks ago. That was a game in which the coaching was the problem. They got circles coached around them in that game, and that is why, to me, I am genuinely surprised that this is the decision they arrived at.
I am as well, completely outcoached. And it wasn't like this game was a 3-point loss, game-winning field goal. Different conversation. They were outplayed from the very first drive of the football game in schematics and the way the game went. I'm surprised by the decision. We'll see in a year if that's the case. I have 2 things. Jerry Jones, please do not tell us that you'll do anything to go win a Super Bowl, that it's the most important thing. No, it's not. Comfort is the most important thing. 2, with this decision, this better be the most aggressive offseason in the history of the Dallas Cowboys. This better be the all-in year. This better be, hey, Les Snead for the Los Angeles Rams, the general manager. What did you do to go rebuild your football team? Did you screw all the picks, and how did you go about it? The New Orleans Saints, who consistently pushed the cap forward. You better go figure out how they did, because you got holes on your football team. You're not close to winning a Super Bowl. Versus the really good teams, you got your doors blown off. Don't talk to me about the Lions when you were gifted that win. Don't talk to me about the close loss to Miami. They were decimated by injuries. San Francisco blew you out. The Green Bay Packers blew you out. So don't sit here and tell us that there's nothing more important to you than a Super Bowl. Comfort is the most important thing to you. That's why you stayed as is.
Before we
How you doing, Jason?
Ooh, it's been a long day of work.
It has.
Yeah.
What'd you do you thought you were going to get off early or what?
No, just work stuff. I mean, it wasn't easy.
Okay. So I've got some questions for you. We're going to first start with the Cowboys, NFL playoffs, and maybe some college basketball. And I don't know about NBA because I don't really follow NBA. But if there's some news you want to film in, you go ahead and do that. The NFL and the Cowboys first. What should the Cowboys
Exactly what they're doing. Exactly what they're doing.
keeping the head coach?
Yeah, because making a change like that now would be panic, which is exactly what got them in this situation.
Could they have hired Bill Belichick, or would you think that would be the wrong move? Or
It would have been the wrong move. They've already decided they're keeping McCarthy, but they aren't giving them an extension right now.
But I mean, do you think getting John Harbaugh or Bill Belichick would have been the right decision? Before?
No, because it would have been a knee-jerk reaction, and you're looking at making a decision based on what happens when you get to the playoffs. So you hire Harbaugh or Belichick, there's no guarantee you're getting to the playoffs.
Yeah, I guess.